Hello, everyone. Welcome, Peter, Jennifer, Colin. I was given a question this morning in my meet with, in the morning, I was talking to them after we are done with our morning routine. I kind of called my WhatsApp group, and people came and we were talking about the upcoming retreat and what I'm planning to do in that retreat, and also some payment arrangements of the Indian. They don't have any credit cards that much, right? They have them, but they have the cash basis payment. They were requesting me to get that. So I'm going to look into that. And we were just talking. Then one of the members asked me a question that she feels like she is taken advantage of. And people do take advantage of her like everybody else. And come to think of it, in this festive season, a lot of people exchange gifts, and then many people feel like they gave a valuable gift, but they did not got in return the same value, and they feel like they were taken advantage of all the time. That kind of hurt, that kind of feeling is very prevalent in modern culture, right? So in all of our life, we have seen that. But one of the things that I was noticed with J. Krishnamurti, he said he never got hurt. He didn't know what it feels like. And he never allowed hurt to take place in his being, right? So I went and looked at it. Ancient wisdom talks about you develop what is a heart-centered giving without hurt. Okay, this is a holistic framework for inner resilience, surrendering egoic ownership, and uh, giving itself as a self-rewarding flow of service. So it's not, the bond is not in the giving, but it is the ledger mind that you have that keeps track of all the calculations, right? So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, what I told her. I told her basically one word in Sanskrit is called dhi mahi. Dhi mahi means, dhi means spiritual heart. That's always giving, always, you know, in loving supply of the life or whatever we give, right? That is the spiritual heart, and that is what which we are born with to begin with. That's the spiritual understanding, is that we are spiritual beings. We take life like that, and then we have to use the practical mind for our body's survival and nourishment and growth and all. So we spring out the ability of the mind. So mind comes out of your heart. But we identify with the mind and its calculations, its transactional nature and all that. So as long as you have that mind, you are bound to get hurt, because the mind wants something for itself. Basically, the mind is nothing but the thoughts that made into look like a me, mine, me. That's the egoic mind, right? Do we have to live with only egoic mind, or can you really be taking it that mind into the heart? The dhi is the spiritual heart. Mahi is your transactional calculating ledger of a mind. So now, how are you operating? Are you operating with a calculating transactional mind, or are you operating from that loving heart that is freely giving? Giving itself is the getting for it. Once you experience that, you know, you experience that with your mom, for example. And I was very lucky that I have a heartful mom. And she didn't have a bone of her this calculation in her. She was super rich with my husband, with her husband when my dad was alive. But unfortunately, he died of strokes suddenly, and she didn't even know how to manage the wealth, and it walked away. People took it away literally, right? So this was in back in 50s, right? So it's not really everything is evolved like this, so, but she never resented or really curbed her affection and friendship to people. And giving nature of hers was so profound, it touched us all the time. It touched me, for example. I saw her. That was the time when there was no refrigeration and people cooked only what is appropriate for the people that are eating dinner. If they have guests, that is fine, they will calculate that too. But if nobody is coming, they will cook only for 3 or 4 people at home, and they don't refrigerate the food, right? So everybody has equal portions or whatever portions that are given. I saw my mom taking the food down to people who are, there were the night watchmen were there because we rented out the big palace house ours to just, some office was there. So to protect the valuables in the office and the important government documents, whatever, they had engaged a couple of night watchmen that will be up all night. And my mother always befriended both the people who are doing small jobs or the big jobs. They were all equal to her. She didn't have that calculating mind, I told you. So she used to take her portion and go down and feed them. And she would remain without eating anything all day, all night. And she did that many times. I have seen her, So she has demonstrated to me in her daily life what is giving without asking anything back. I was raised in that kind of atmosphere. I would say, if not as total as my mom, most people that I dealt with in India at that time when I was studying medicine and all that, they were heartful. My friends, not maybe all people, but my friends, most of them, my relatives, my, you know, uh, all the brothers and sisters, they have some element of heartfulness that they showed on and off. But my mother was all the time. And I was raised by a single mom, right? But she never took harsh words with me or nothing, no hitting, nothing, right? It was always given. And then put up with whatever nonsense I threw at her. I used to abscond school. I don't know what it is. But before I got into the high school, I didn't even know how to write. And I was getting into ninth year and coming on to 10th, right? I was supposed to be in the sixth grade according to that. But I didn't even know how to spell and how to write. So my brother, who is 4 years older than me, uh, he said, you can take a entrance exam into the high school and go there. Because I was always absconding the school. So I just want to stay home and play. And that's it. And so he taught me how to write and I learned it. He taught me how to write sentences. I learned it. And then I went and took the entrance exam, and everybody thought I would fail for sure because that's what I'm interested, dumb mind. I can't do anything like that. But I kind of put my mind to it, and I listened to my brother's training, and then went and took the exam. And lo and behold, I passed it. And then what is remarkable about the whole thing is it's not about me. It's how my mother did not employ her calculated mind because she didn't have it. And she has no ego and no hurt. So you got the message, right? For the heartful or heart-centered giving without hurt, what is getting hurt is our ego that we develop with our own thoughts. Me and mine. First me, then everybody else. How can I use everybody for myself? This kind of thinking was taught to us or demonstrated to us as though it is a smart thinking, right? Now, review back the ancient times. They said, you, you were two words, me and mine. Give it leave it at the feet of the Lord every day in the morning. Go out without your ego dominant or without your positions are dominant, but your service to humanity is the service to divinity. That was the teaching. So people, worked, earned, and put everything just for the sake of necessities, and they had shared with each other because that was a virtue that was encouraged. Come forward to present moment, present culture. What is prevalent in many countries, including India, it's about yourself. Think about yourself. Work for yourself. You know, always selfish, self-centered. Don't have any connection with the rest of the people. Even if I have connection, this is transactional. So when you feel like you are giving without any thought and you just give, do that and see. I'm sure you have the experience when you are giving from your heart, you felt good. You may be doing to your immediate family, mom's doing their children and grandma's doing their grandchildren, like that, or maybe my own people, my own in India they have castes, they have different religions and all that. They're influenced by that also. And also if you are in an office, my office, if you are in school, my school, like that. It's always about us and me, and then what do I get out of it. That has become big deal in the Western society because everything is about transaction, not transformation within. But when you really take out that wanting self to giving self, then you have transformed yourself from wanting, needing, getting to giving. And giving is getting, that kind of thing, right? So this ancient teaching of leave the words of me and mine and the things that are associated with it at the feet of the Lord. Thereby, you have transcended your ego, and that's the purpose of going to the divine and everyday temple. And then you work from the core of your divinity, which is not ego, which is not your personality. Anybody has interest in this? Do you have any experiences and you felt that you were taken advantage of? Janet, Peter, anybody? So I thought if I get good questions from my audience anywhere, I'll bring it to everybody else. So I opened this talk for you, and I can talk a lot on this, but just remember that word. Wound is not the giving, it is the ledger mind, right? So Mabel is coming. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Dr. Rao.
Hi, Mabel. How are you? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, Mabel. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And here I have a little bit cough, but I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm here. I just wake up and listening.
Yeah. Now, this is a question that that lady came and asked me about, and we were talking about divinity within all of us, and also manifesting the divinity, you know.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
in that brief talk, but I was talking about it, and then she asked me, I feel like I was taken advantage of, and I feel hurt about it. Then I remembered how ancient societies were selfless, and
Mhm.
how modern people we are more first selfish, right? What is in it for me?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And then somehow I was not raised like that because my mom was very hurtful person, you know. So she
Yeah.
only showed me how to give, how to enjoy giving, how to love other people and all that. So the kind of rubbed on me because she was the only parent. I was always with her most of the time, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
I think it's how we raise.
yeah,
It's totally it's totally big impact, or yeah,
yeah.
like I hear, like, when you give something,
Mm,
you don't need to expect anything that
yeah.
they will give you. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but lot of people are absorbing the culture around them, right? And that
Yeah,
culture won't change unless we change.
exactly, exactly.
So I always come from the how can I change and bring that out?
Yeah,
Right?
the good change, not
Yeah,
the bad change.
yeah,
It's always like spreading a good
yeah,
stuff, a good thing.
yeah.
Being kind.
Several times I said, giving is getting.
Yeah.
They said, what do you mean by that? you know?
When you say that, like, giving is getting.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me,
Mhm.
when I give, it's always like the power of divine that it give me back. It's not that
Yeah.
person that give
Yeah.
back to me, but it's different things that happen.
Exactly, exactly. Because you are putting out into the universe something good from you,
Yes.
and then it
Yeah.
will come back to you. That's no doubt about it, because it may not come right away, you know?
Yes, yes. It's unexpectedly, and sometimes when
Yeah,
it's just be- like sometimes the quiet, like when you are quiet,
yeah.
and all of a sudden, boom, it's there. Like,
It's,
oh Lord.
it's a, no, it's a question of not realizing the divine self as our abundance. You see, we think all the external things, everything else is our abundance, but they don't
Uh-huh,
fulfill us, right?
uh-huh.
And that's
Yeah,
why ancients really said it, the divine is all of us. First,
uh-huh.
realize that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I totally agree with you. But
Yeah,
like everything, it's in you.
yeah,
But sometimes you feel like there's something empty in my heart.
yeah.
Like, and then when you do something, like, it's make you more happy.
Mm.
Like, it's change. It's just like change.
See, that's the point, well, if you touch that abundance, you don't have the emptiness.
Yes, yes.
So that's why where they said, you can have fulfillment from money and positions for a while, but then it goes away. Like that, the desires also. But then this inner being, there's something abundant. When you realize, then it's already there. It's not somebody has to manufacture it for you. And
Yes, it's
and
there.
and once you realize that, I see my ever has that inner being, and everybody else has it, then I am touch with that.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
don't have to look at your mind and behavior, habits, and all that. I let go because you're a human being.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The ego, right? The
Yeah.
ego.
But ego, I don't have any time with. I have time for the being of Meva.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that because being you is you.
Yes,
It
that's it.
doesn't
It's
matter
not the personality though. That's how the Western mistake it. It is
yeah,
beyond the personality, our inner self.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and
Come back, Mabel. You're cut off in the middle. So I've told only 5 minutes for everybody. Everybody feels this, and then they know it is truth for in them too. But we are taken away from the truth, Mabel. Yeah, go ahead. You're saying something.
like me, like, I totally, like, I can see the change of mind, like, especially when I do, like, when I surrender things, and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care about
Mm.
anybody,
Yeah.
who, I don't care about what what they're
Yeah.
thinking, because I believe that
Yeah.
you know,
That is
whatever.
the correct word, Mabel.
Yeah,
Surrendering. Surrendering. That is the correct
yeah,
word.
it's surrendering.
Yeah.
I totally, it's powerful. It's powerful.
Yeah.
Surrender is always powerful.
Yeah. You let it go, and thereby all the world comes to you.
Yes. That's why I do love when you say like when you being
Yeah.
yourself and dating yourself.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm not crazy, but this
Yeah.
is me.
You know what I told my friend this morning? You see,
Uh-huh.
if you are giving and that it feels painful because that's what she feels that somebody is taking advantage of her, she feels painful, right? Then,
Yeah,
but it happens only when the mind walks beside service, keeping invisible ledgers.
yeah.
You have the feeling that I want to help this person or whatever, and you are doing it, but along with that, this calculated ledger like mind that is invisible going on. But the heart gives freely, but the ego
Yeah,
feels okay, I feel exploited when I'm expecting the return, it's not coming back.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's right.
So, this fundamental misunderstanding creates emotional depletion. See, when you got hurt, you kind of your energy goes down. You don't feel good, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what I told her was, kindness is not a loss; it
Yeah.
is pure expression.
Uh-huh.
The ego contracts around each act of service, tallying debits and credits, but the heart includes all, expecting nothing, and in this
Yeah.
spaciousness finds its natural joy. That is the bliss.
Yay! Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Dr.
You
Ram.
remember you started the school in Philippines, and
Ah,
and you're taking care of the girls or boys or whoever you are taking orphans, and see how fulfilling that is for you.
yes, yes. It's just a smile for me. Even I
Yeah,
see the smile, I don't, that's it's enough for me.
yeah,
It's
yeah. It's giving it with the heart. That's what is the
yeah.
central there. It's not calculating how much money I'll get it back. You're not calculating that. You are
No,
giving.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
that's what
Yeah.
I. Thank you, Lord Marvel, and that's a good finding. It's happening in your life, So
Yes, it is. It is.
yeah,
Just being yourself and pay attention.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Happy New Year. You want to say Happy New Year to Dr. Rao? Eric, say Happy New Year, Dr. Rao. No, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Oh. because because what? Because we are canceling Happy New Year. Oh my God.
He's being negative today. That's okay. Uh,
He's just like playing around with my friends with the Happy
yeah,
New Year.
it's already over. It's already second today. That's okay. Happy New Year to him and to you, Meva. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rao.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. So it's a question of heart and mind. That's why that ancient word Bhimahi. There is a mantra. It's called Gayatri mantra in ancient wisdom, and that was really celebrated, and volumes were written on it. And it is really takes account of all our worlds and all our divine appearances of everything. But then you say, Dhimahi is asking the divine, let our spiritual hearts take hold, not our calculating mind. That word is very important in the whole culture of meditation, culture of transformation, culture of bringing change from within, right? So I am going to use this. Uh, when I do the enhancement of human being, this is what I was going to bring part of it. Okay, you want to have a good body, you want to have a focused mind, but you don't want a dominance of mind over your heart, right? So we have become very mechanical as people in the modern age, and we have become very calculating. We have become very insecure, thinking that we don't have enough, so we have to have enough. Whereas ancients already showed that you have an abundant self that is loving, that is inclusive, that is really not separating from the universal self, you know. So it has that big power behind it. So it feels that, the heart feels that. And then from that abundance, you can see anybody's problem or anybody's suffering as your suffering, and then reach out and do whatever you can do. The flow comes from the overflow in your being. It's not that you have a lack and you're trying to fulfill it from external. You are fulfilled, and you are fulfilled in the self. And that's why you see your body changes, your mind changes, but not your essence, right? Once you are in that essence that is ever flowing, eternally flowing, then you have things to give that you, and you give it is very well. Okay, so that kind of thing that you have to understand. Okay, so anybody else has any questions or comments that you want to talk to me about? Like Mabel brought out some things that she is doing and how she feels about the whole thing and how she is living that in her own life. I remember she told me about this orphanage that she runs in Philippines. And even though she's married, she has a kid and all that, she has the heart to share. That's what I'm talking about, you know. So if you give without this ledger-like mind, then you are not hurt. Your wound of hurt is to the ego, not to your heart. But the ego travels because you are nurturing it. Culture nurtures it. Culture rewards it, like, you know, it appears like reward. But actually, what I found when I'm training leaders of the corporations or companies or health systems, we need to understand what they're doing as a service to the humanity, you know. And then they come with that kind of service oriented mentality, servant leadership. I am going to be leading the services that you will be getting, but in a servant like. I am going to serve you. That is not a menial thing or anything, it's a case of our attitude, right? But you know, we are breeding people with ego. People want to place them first above anything else. Let it be politicians, let it be company leaders, let it be anything in the household, and wherever this egoic leadership is there, there is a lot of suffering. First to the people who are enforced on, and then the person who is becoming egotistical, he will find that too. But if you are a servant leader, that means you are there to provide service to others. And that is through the heart. If you have a calculated mind, you have a transactional mind, you have a ledger like mind, you will be bound to get hurt. Ego inflates, ego deflates. With the things that outward and all that, you allow your ego to go up and you say, I am this, I am that, and all that. But then somebody else will come and put in a needle into that balloon. And you, that is the hurt that people are feeling. If that lady who talked to me about this, if she had given completely with her heart and not have any trace of this calculation, she would not have hurt herself. She was expecting something from them. That's why she feels that she was taken advantage of. I think this is a very common thing in our life, and everybody goes through it. And it's not a moralistic; it's like understanding the human condition. We evolved very well in the ancient times, but then we kind of lost it because the focus is on ego, focus is on profits, focus is on getting external things, not the internal things. As a human being, we have that intelligence to be focusing internally and understanding what our consciousness is capable of. Okay. So I think we talked about half an hour here now. Anybody has any questions or comments or want to participate in this can come up. Otherwise, we will see you again. And we have a lot more to say on this topic. If you have appetite for that, I will stay on and then engage you on that. But otherwise, we will find maybe Saturday. We can discuss more of that. Remember, I'm getting this. Uh, uh, Retreat, right? This is the retreat from our established patterns to something that we could understand from the wise people that were lived thousands of years ago, and that still continues. Wise people living among us, absorbing that wisdom and living it. And how can we also live? We also implement those principles of wisdom. When I say proactive wellness, I want people to understand what is wellness, how we can implement proactively those uh, measures that are really promote our wellness, and also understand what are the measures that are depleting us and stay away from. That's what I'm focusing on, being proactive about the wellness measures in our day-to-day life. One of this is that we constantly react. It could be hurt, it could be insult, it could be something else, right? Unhappiness feeling, a feeling of contraction. That is the sympathetic tone responding, fight or flight. Then necessarily you want to defend yourself or you want to fight. You need stress hormones to help you with that. That was at the time of when real threats were there. But then um, we have developed this system to cope with the challenges because we are knowledgeable, we are awake, and we are wise because we have insight from our experiences, and we use the insight in situations where we don't have to go back and learn again. We already know about it. We already have wise. You don't touch the fire just like that, right? Like that. But modern life built in this ego development, this egoic reactions, egoic mind giving those reactions increases your sympathetic tone, and you can do deep breathing. But also you want to understand where are these reactions coming from. Why is my mind is reacting like this, even though the danger is only in my imagination? Because people don't know how to use thought properly, and they live only in the element of thought. And that is also making your own ego, your own personality, and all that. You are not the persona, you are the presence that is behind it. Just remember that. Not persona, but presence. And see where are you. And then retreat is from, if you are in a persona complete established, like I am this, I am that, I have this taste and all that, then you need to understand how to go beyond that limitation. That is what we are going to do in the retreat from your regular limited life to something vast that is within us. Not borrow somewhere else, but just recognizing that that is within us. That's what I'm trying to get you go there. If you are already doing it, that's fine. If you are not doing it, then register for that. I'm going to put the link in the profile today, and also a Calendly too, so that people can come and talk to me. 30 minutes they can talk to me at a time and see individual questions that they have me answer. So I'm going to be more available this year. So I kind of rekindled my Calendly, and I'm going to put it there for you to come and talk to me if you want to, and also the link to the retreat. Okay. Thank you, and I will be seeing you again later. Bye bye.